the number one thing you want to prioritize is data. Data is literally king. You need to have data to make well-informed decisions on whether or not to turn an ad off or whether or not to leave it on. You need to have data to properly run ads. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be sharing with you the major lessons that I've learned from spending over $100,000 on paid ads. If you've been watching my channel, you already know that paid ads are the most effective, the most predictable, and the most sustainable way to grow your coaching business in 2025. So this video, I'm going to be sharing those lessons, love, so make sure that you stay till the end. The last one is going to be super juicy, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment down below what you learned, what you're taking away. So if you don't know about me, my name is Emily, and about 5 years ago I started my first business. I invested into a network marketing company. A year in, didn't make any money, but then invested in full into a coaching program that taught about marketing, sales, and funnels. And 30 days in, I landed my first client, quit my job, and then a few months in, I had my first 20K a month, became their head coach, and coached for them for 4 years. Now, during that time, I was doing mainly cold DMs and cold email. A little bit different than paid ads, right? And the strategies back then were different too. What they were doing to make 120K a month in their coaching business was different than it is now, right? But throughout that time, I was able to just be a disciple for under them and learn about the strategies, the tactics, and what they did as a coaching company who made 120K a month, who spent over 10K a month on ads. And since then, I've obviously spent well over 30, 40 grand on my own account as well. And so really excited to dive in. This one is going to be super juicy. And so the first thing we need to know, follower ads are the most effective ads right now. But there are other types of ads that you can test alongside them, right? We have static post ads, carousel ads, swipe up retargeting ads, lead form ads, engagement ads, like all of these different types of ads. So which one is the best one to test? And then the carousel ads, the static post ads, the ads that get people to message you, those are more so like the short-term strategy. So getting people who are already problem aware to become solution aware, and then getting them on a call. And so a lot of times with paid ads, people will look at the wrong metrics. They're gonna look at the vanity metrics. They're gonna look at the cost per profile, the cost per link click. They're gonna look at cost per follower even. But what I've noticed is if you actually go to Instagram and you go to your inbox, there is a new feature that I want you guys to start using right away. And it is actually adding tags to people. And so what you can do, I have just tons of unread messages. You can add a tag, sorry, not a tag, but a label. Add a label, and you can choose whether it's flag, booked, lead, ordered, paid, shipped. This is super important because as you start to spend more money on ads, the number one thing you want to prioritize is data. Data is literally king. You need to have data to make well-informed decisions on whether or not to turn an ad off or whether or not to leave it on. So what is the metric that you should be looking for? It is the cost per purchase. That is the metric above all. I want to know, did this ad actually bring money into the business? Not did this ad bring messages, not did this ad bring calls. Did this ad go from literally someone seeing it as a stranger to then paying me money? That's like number one. And so what these labels allow you to do is you can actually label someone as paid. So I've gone back, labeled my clients as paid, labeled the clients who have booked a call as booked, and now inside of Ads Manager, you can see your cost per purchase, which is incredible. I mean, this data is what you need. And so now I can put more money towards the ads that are actually bringing me money, and I can turn off the ads that aren't. And what I found is that the ads that typically bring in the most messages not always are the ads that are actually going to bring in the most clients. I've even had an ad go all the way up to like $50 cost per message it's the one that brings in the most qualified leads and actual cash. Then I have an ad bringing, tons of messages every single day, $2, $5 cost per message, no booked calls, no cost for purchases. You need to have data to properly run ads. So alongside these labels, we also want to think about, okay, follower ads. It's a little bit harder to know from follower ads if someone has come and actually purchased. So the lesson here is, one, data is king, and also ask your clients. Start asking your clients which ads that they saw, which ads resonated with them. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but once you're on that sales call, love, and you've gotten to the end, you can literally just pull up your follower ads and be like, hey, which one did you see? I'm curious. It takes 2 seconds. That data is going to help your business so much. And the next lesson is testing. More, better, new. Not new ads, better ads, but more of the same thing, better quality, better ideas, better scripts, and new ideas. So that's the order of operation when we're doing ads. So for example, if you have a follower ad and it's been working really well, but you want to be able to test new things. I'm always testing ads. I'm about to upload an ad literally today. The amazing thing is, you need to first think about more of the same thing. More, but maybe switching out like the first part of the hook, or switching out the environment, but only testing one variable at a time. That is how you can scale your ads and properly make decisions. It's amazing. Data is amazing. Analyzing data is so fun. This is why I love my job. Okay, so you're asking your clients which ad they came from, what ad stood out to you. Gathering that data is going to help you get really clear on which ads are performing so that you can do more of those, right? And the other lesson is, don't touch winning ads. If an ad starts performing well, love, I've gotten this question all the time. They're like, do I touch it? Do I up the ad spend? Do I turn the ad off? Or do I keep the ad on? Just don't touch the ad. Why? Because the algorithm can actually, the algorithm can change depending on if you touch the ad. And obviously we don't want the algorithm to change. If you hit a pocket, you hit like a golden line of perfect targeting to your ideal client, right? So just don't touch it. Don't turn it up. Don't turn it down. Don't touch the audience. Just keep it running. And if it's working really well, you can duplicate it and add more ad spend that way. Okay. Facebook is coming out with all of these great AI tools, right? Every time I log into Facebook, it's like a new thing that I'm reading about and learning about how they're using AI and how I can utilize the different tools. But what I found, love, what I have found from testing over and over and over is that Advantage Plus never works for me. If you use Advantage Plus, literally, go you, because it's never worked for me. It's always brought in terrible leads. And my business partner, he tried it out on his own. He was like, I gotta test this, see if it works. Same thing. My clients, same thing. Do not turn Advantage Plus on. Keep it off. Facebook is going to, their job is, I want to be able to make you money, but I also want you to spend more, right, on Facebook. And that Advantage Plus, I believe, might get you great vanity metrics, great cost per message, but terrible cost per purchase, which is the metric that we are aiming for. Yep, you got it right. The next lesson is using CSV files. So the game changed for me with my ads when I started to use CSV files. And you might ask, Emily, what the heck is a CSV file? You already know, you got the name, the email, the phone number, all the things. When I was running cold DMs, I was doing cold emails, gathered tons of CSV files from coaches that I was targeting, and now I've been able to use those, create audiences, create lookalike audiences, so my targeting is very specific. And as soon as I started using them, guys, literally best leads, like best in the game, started coming through. And I want you to use those as well. You can go to Fanbuster and just download CSV files. You can scrape people's Instagram followers, like your competition. You can take their followers, scrape them, do that too, and that allows you to just have a very, like, the more data that you can give Facebook, the more that they're going to know this is who you're talking to. So yeah, I would do that. Okay, other lesson, my client, I'm literally dropping so much sauce on this video, this is crazy. One of my clients was getting really terrible, like, quality leads in because they didn't have the finances, they didn't have the resources to be able to invest in her services. So what did we do? Well, we went into interest, household top income zip, 5 to 10%, and then 10 to 15, and I believe there's 0 to 5. Setting all of those on her ads, her retargeting ads, changed the game. Why? Because she started getting leads who could actually afford her services. Why? Because we were targeting people in high household income zip codes. So places where rich people live, that is where we were targeting. Pretty much in simple English terms. And yeah, if you haven't already done that, I highly recommend that you use that targeting when you are doing your message ads. Okay, when someone comes to your page from a follow ad, what are they going to be thinking? Am I going to get value from this? Do I like this person? Can I trust this person? Like, they want to know that following you is going to be worth consuming your content for the time that they will be investing into it. You might think, oh, just someone following me, it's not that big of a deal. But having your page set up strategically so when someone comes to it, immediately they feel like drawn to you and they want to follow you, that will take some time to create that brand, but it is going to be so worth it when you have a pool of your ideal clients following you. Think about that. Over months, over years, over decades, you're going to have people coming to you, coming to your audience, consuming what you have to say, consuming your marketing message over and over. And think about all the times that they're going to get nurtured and they're going to want to pay you money to work with you because that first time they looked at your page, they followed. Super important that you have a first impression that matters. When I go to, let's say, the grocery store and I'm doing my grocery shopping, I might not put on my best of best clothes. Why? Because I don't really care what people think. But if I'm going out to, let's say, a really nice dinner where there's tons of entrepreneurs and it's a networking event, I'm going to get dressed up. Why? Because first impressions matter, right? That is why your Instagram has to be set up so when someone comes to you, their first impression counts. I want you to challenge me. I want you to entertain me. I want you to empower me. And also, are you consistent? Do you consistently post? Are you posting like 3 times on one day and then 2 weeks go by and then you post another 3 times? So, love, I'm praying that you found this video valuable. I pray that you will be able to have the wisdom imparted onto you about how to run ads. And if you're trying to go at this alone, girl, try all you want, but you will probably be throwing money down the drain. And if you don't want to, if you want to have no leaky buckets, you want to make sure that all of your ad spend, your hard-earned dollars are being put to good use, then go below and book in your call below. This is only for serious action takers. This is only for people who actually want to grow and scale their business with paid ads. Maybe you have been doing paid ads, but you haven't been getting great results, and you just want to get some clarity on where you need to go, what direction to take. If that's you, and if you're serious about scaling, building your community, building wealth, go below and book in your call, and I will see you there. Much love.